young defense, but it seems like a fast defense. I know Coach Allen always talked about speed. Do you like kind of where you are in that regard?
Yeah, I like where we're going right now. I mean, it's hard not to, you don't want to put the cart before the horse. You don't want to get overexcited about their team speed, but, it's the fruit of our labor. What Dave Ballou and Matt Ray have been doing in the weight room, the way we've been recruiting, the players' just confidence in what we're doing defensively, it's all starting to come together, and we're playing at a really fast tempo right now. And then when that tempo comes, they start to build more and more confidence, so now they got a little bit of swagger about them, and that's pretty exciting.
Coming into spring, I think Coach Allen mentioned James Head as a guy he was really eager just to see how he developed in spring. I guess entering the midway point, where is he right now?
Freaky body, still figuring it out, There's times where it's like, dang, this guy pulls the trigger and he can roll. Times where he still looks like a baby deer, because he's going to get nothing. He's going to get only better with his development in the weight room, because he's got such a big frame that it takes a longer time to be able to kind of develop that. But you see the flashes already, and he's starting to just go execute his job. So, no, I think he's a guy that sophomore, junior, senior year is going to continue to grow.
Staying on the defensive line, Madison Norris got the quarterback a couple times today.
Yeah.
What does he bring to the table? What does he need to do to get on the field?
Yeah, well, he's got a burst, which obviously we got to continue to get his weight up. He's a guy that we knew was a developmental player that we could use situationally until he got to the size that we need for an every down defensive end. But to his credit, he's put more weight on every single day, and he does. He gives us a different burst on the edge right now. So, and again, it's another one of those young guys, that they're starting to play with more and more confidence. All of a sudden he goes, oh, I can pass rush at this level.
And then it seemed like the defense had a groove in the team period. Was that it's a culmination of having confidence in the things you were talking about earlier? Yeah.
Well, Coach Allen creates adverse situations so that we can deal with them now. So by the time we get to September, we're ready to handle that. And today was probably the best example of a defense that I thought got their butt whooped a little bit in inside run and some of the early periods, and then just kind of hammered through, stayed at it, brought some swagger to it, and then all of a sudden turned it around. So that was really encouraging to see, on top of all the looks that Kalen and his staff are giving us right now, which is awesome.
You got a lot of young pieces at the Mike spot.
Yeah.
What's your assessment of how those guys have played it up? Some potential for that?
They're violent. They're violent dudes first and foremost. They have a natural feel for tracking the ball carrier and getting to the back. I can work with everything else after that, right? So they're doing a better job of being vocal. They both want it. They both are vocal type leaders. We're getting situationally some other guys work at Mike Becker on third down and some 2-minute situations. So trying to get some of that speed out there on the field. But I think we got a really nice combination of just some violent downhill poppers and some guys that can really run. So, it's a really good compliment there.
Who are a couple of guys that I guess are standing out in that regard?
Obviously James and Thomas are doing a really good job just in our base down defense, handling all that stuff. Then all of a sudden on third down you have Micah McFadden, you get Cam Jones in there, Fitz down there that can play some linebacker stuff, do some things there, which is really exciting. Anytime that we can start to build those bodies where there's crossover work to where they can do different things, it creates more depth naturally in our defense when we may not have 3 deep across the board, but we're building 2.5 deep or whatever it may be. So that's, that part is a really exciting piece when you get better athletes in the game.
Brian Fitzgerald obviously had some good numbers last year. Also felt like a guy who maybe kind of grew as the season went on. Just what do you feel like he's building on, I guess, from last year?
His speed, he's always had a natural knack for finding the ball. Like if you just watch him out there on the field, he can just track the ball so well. But now his speed has increased. In the first 20 yards, I think Matt Ray gave me a deal the other day. He's like top 15 on our entire team in the first 20 yards, top 10, something like that. But you really see him be able to burst the ball. And on top of that, because he anticipates things so well, he's the first one there more often than not. So pretty excited to him because he's, again, a pretty violent kid, that'll show up and strike you whenever he gets there.
Going back to James Miller, he was a guy who played in 3 games last yeyear.
Yeah.
Redshirted, obviously. But what kind of are your expectations for him? What do you think he can add to the linebacker room this year?
Well, again, he's such a hungry individual. You know what I mean? And then when he gets out on the field, those old, those old school linebackers that, you know, you're like, hey, what's the best part of your game? I remember I asked when I recruited him, he was like, I like to hit people. You know what I mean? So, but that's what he likes. You know what I mean? He naturally, doesn't matter if it's on the sideline, in the middle of the box, like he wants to establish dominance, you know what I mean, in the way that he strikes you. So the thing for him is his footwork's getting cleaned up, getting better every day, his communication on the field. Like, he's already got a natural feel for the ball, and he's a physical kid. We just got to keep giving him the tools.
In the secondary, you have to replace a guy like Jonathan Crawford, who played 50 games here.
Yeah.
Who is somebody who could step up into that role and be a consistent playmaker and be out there every single day?
Well, I mean, JC took his reps with him, you know what I mean? So you can't get those back. You've got to be able to build them. The nice thing is these young guys that we kind of pushed through the fires last year, you know, Jawan Burgess, Fitz, you know, really Jamar, who's playing some of Leno's backup, but then, you know, Cam, those guys are really playing at a high level. And athletically, I mean, they're as good as we've seen here, you know what I mean, for quite a while. And so, you know, you just got to keep it simple. Don't try to overreach them. But now that they're starting to get that confidence, we can kind of build systematically, you know what I mean, into what we're trying to accomplish, you know, getting into September. So I think we've got the bodies to do it, and the speed is starting to show up. We just got to keep them confident.